Brad. Alright, what about Amiobi here? We are going to play Swamp Run Golf and Gun Club. Gun Club. What happens if I play poorly? Do I get shot? Is that the deal here? No, I'm quite positive there's a gun club around here somewhere. Okay. So what do we got at first? What is this? Is that a hazard? Or is it just rocks? What does it show up as up here? I'm tempted to just drill it into that to find out what happens. Dry creeks, RNOB, okay, and they don't play as a water hazard, I guess. I'm tempted. I want to test this. What happens when I go in there? Didn't get it there. No, we're gonna chip. I want it in there. Didn't quite. Cool, Lucas. Have a good one, man. Okay. Now. Alright. So I can't really see. I mean, you shouldn't ever hit it in there, I don't think. But I was just curious. What happens? Nothing outrageous. Okay. I was just curious. Ooh, that almost didn't get up there. Alright, initial thoughts. We got a nice, gentle opener. Small green on a short par 4 makes total sense. Got a really quite a steep slope at the back there to feed it down. Actually, the whole left side feeds in because of that hill, I'm guessing. Alright. Can understand it. Oh, we make a crowd-pleasing double because I went fishing in the dry creek bed. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't gonna, like, it would actually come out with the rocks being in there, but okay, so that's gonna be a bit of a feature, is these dry creek beds. I'm guessing this is a place that doesn't get a whole lot of rain, so that's the idea behind it, because this feeds into what looks like a lake there, but if it hadn't been raining in a while, then it's gonna dry up. So we've got a dog leg to the right, the swamp. Okay. That's a swamp. This is a short par 5. Now, can I just blow it over everything? Especially being so far downhill. I think I probably can. Just needed to be farther to the left. I couldn't cover that bunker though. Okay, so this tee plays shortest on this hole. But I still, I mean, I'm going to hit 6 iron because I'm in the rough, but it's 147 into a par 5. Almost made it a long 4. You know what? Let's have a look at the scorecard. So it does play 550 from the black. Okay. We got the manipulated tee stuff going on here. It's not going to play 550. 550 would be pretty wild for a par 4, sorry. It's unfortunate that you can't change the par depending on the tee. Like what Chambers Bay, I think, did. I think was it Chambers Bay? Yeah. They had it where it could play as a, like 18 and 1 could play as 4s or 5s. But I don't, Really? Alright. I don't think the developers really thought about people figuring out the ability to move tees around like that, so. Alright. Okay. I mean, the sculpting of the bunker is pretty good. It's the word I want. It's a little... There's something about the shape of it that just... I'm not sure. I don't know what the word is I want. Doesn't quite look right, the front one. The side two look really good, like look quite good. Oh, where am I going? Let's spin around so I'm not having to do mirrors. I mean, that one's a little bit bathtubby, but this one less so. It's got more of an obvious high side to it. Front one just, I don't know if it's the shape, if it's like too wide so it makes it look really shallow. I don't know. Uphill par 3. Guess we're not going on the green. And in the green, I mean, it's a par 5 or par 3. I should have been paying more attention to that. So I like how the front right there funnels away, like down to the bunker and then down the fairway. I like seeing false fronts like that funneling into either a bunker or fairway. I don't like seeing it in the rough. It makes it more of a hazard when it's either, well, it makes it more of a hazard when it's going into fairway because it'll just run away farther. And then into a bunker, it's just making the bunker bigger, which I like. Cool kind of look with the swamp there in the background. Some of those trees aren't looking overly healthy. That's by design, I'm quite positive. So again, we've got the dry creek. We got a central bunker here. Okay. You have to go way over here with that wind. And I've just put it right in the middle of it. I guess that's a well-placed bunker, because I mean, I couldn't have been more in the middle if I tried. There's a bit of a weird kind of... It almost looks like there's a track through there. That's probably sculpting. Yeah, that's probably just maybe a little flattening or something. The guys who actually designed would be able to tell you better how to fix that. Up here, just right to left green, sloping bunkers make sense where they're protecting. There is room here to run it up. Fisco's 90%. Yeah, it's not getting there. See, look at, like, that's just shot off to the right. Partly because I hit slow, but partly because of the way that bunker was sloped. And then missing right is no fun, because now I gotta come down the hill. So that makes sense, how this has been designed. That was some thick stuff I was coming out of. I've stayed on the green, good. It's a tough shot, but it's not impossible. Okay. I like the surrounding kind of foresty area. The course itself is maybe a bit bare. That might be what you're going for. I'm certainly not going to discount that, but I don't know. Open concept like this is really tough to pull off. I don't know if I'd want it tree lined though. That's the thing. And then we've got a drivable par 4, small green. I wouldn't say did bad. It's just, it seems like it takes a lifetime to figure out how to design in this game. So The concern I have about this hole is there's really no reason now, at this tee set at least, there's no reason not to just whack it up there. So it's okay, yeah. And this is your first crack at it, right? You were saying it's the first course you've made, so yeah, first course. I see it up there now. Yeah, I mean, so there's things that you're not gonna know to look for that you will now, which is great. That house in the background looks cool from this look. Yeah, this one, if it's a short par 4 like that, I mean, just a little bit of something to make me think about whether I'm going for it or not, because there really wasn't a reason not to there. I don't know if the other tees play longer, but that was pretty obvious. Go for it. Okay, so I like the way the fairway is here. You've given me more room, a little bit more room back here for 3-wood. Sorry, driver narrows up a bit. The bunkers are up there too. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So where I was saying it's kind of bare, and then there's a tree there, kind of by itself. Maybe either have it. I don't know. Maybe either have it be fully open concept or make it tree lined. I don't know what your meter was like, but it just... No, there's a couple other trees here on this one. I don't know. That kind of stuff's so hard to get right, and it's kind of easy to see where you kind of go, geez, I don't know if that looks right, and then but it's hard to say, here's what you should have done. That's where the skill comes in, I think, which I don't have. Speaking of skill I don't have, what a terrible swing that was. Former hunting land, front 9 fields used to hunt game birds, the back gets tree lined. Okay. Okay, so that's good to know. And then yeah, another one here where the strategy could maybe be a bit better. There's another one that's difficult to pull off. And I know Ben B101, he has this tutorial about a 3-shot par 5, which I think this was going to be even if I hit the fairway. Having the second shot be interesting, not just pound it down as far as you can. That's a tough one too. There's so many things about making a good golf course. I mean, the planting, the sculpting, the layout, the routing, and then the strategy as well. They all have to be good, and I mean, you're asking a lot to get all of that. I'm gonna slam this right into that hill. I bet you it doesn't get up. It's definitely not gonna get up. Yeah, harder than you thought it would be. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of thought that too. At one point I thought, well, maybe I'll try, like maybe do my old home course or something, and then I kind of thought for a second, I went, wait a minute, no, it's gonna be crazy hard, because I don't have the spatial intelligence to pull this off. I like this. This hole's cool. Right down by, so we got the swamp in play now. A little, from where I'm playing, it's a little short par 3. It slopes towards the swamp, which makes sense. If I bail too much, I'm playing out of the bunker towards the swamp. No thanks. Yeah. See, this is really good, and then it slopes from here down into the swamp, which you would expect it to. Yeah, this is good. I like this hole. It's my favorite one so far. Just ease it out to the right a little bit to take the water out of play, but and then those plant thingies in the swamp fit it being a swamp. It's cool. Good job. Good hole there. Okay. Oh, that's another one. Nice, Lucas. Yeah, I'm liking how this. I like the look from here. Um, we've got the swamp coming into play now, and it's starting to make a really good difference, I think. It was 500 yards. I didn't see if it was a 4 or a 5. We'll find out in a minute. Fortunately, it stopped broadcasting. Oh, yeah, could be. Yeah, I like the this here. I like the look of as well. So where if I'm looking, yeah, I like how that. But I like how that all goes in the background. Again, we got the swamp. It's not OB. It may. I mean, it may as well be because the way that drops work in this game. But that's fine. That's absolutely not a criticism. I was just checking. Okay, that bunker from that's a kind of a like an optical illusion, but one of those bunkers where it looks like it's right up by the green, but it isn't. This bunker here is, yeah, I think it's sculpted better than some of the other ones were, and I see what you're doing with it. You've cut it into the land, which makes sense. Yeah, this is another good hole. Pretty good length par 4. Now we just want this to chill a little bit. Didn't. Wish could do more. Yeah, yeah. The swamp really kind of brings this course alive. The thing is, there's people too that don't like people. They call it crutching, right, on a water feature or that. So I'm glad that it's not all in the swamp. But those two swamp holes are really good. So now we're coming back to the clubhouse. See, now here you've given me a little bit more to think about in that you've narrowed it right up here. It's into the wind. Is the clubhouse at about? I mean, I should never go anywhere near it. Never mind. Yeah, it's still. There's not really not much reason not to just hit driver. And then we're gonna have a little pitch in. Okay, check. There we go. Just sneaks it in. All the people in the clubhouse are going crazy. Okay, now that's what you're talking about. Now we go into the woods. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Into the wind, we can't get there. The creek might be a shade sharp given that it's not a hazard. Hey, no problem, Bunny. No problem. Stay in school. School's good for you. Says the guy hasn't been in it since the very early 2000s. Was it? University ended in 2000. Yeah, okay. High school was mid-90s. I like this being now. I don't know what it's like where you live, but in southern Ontario in the summer, this would be an absolute miserable place to walk because this bugs would be killing you. But we're playing a video game, so it doesn't matter. But this is a layup because that creek, dried up creek. Yeah, that's maybe a bit sharp. Like I said, because you have to play out of it because it's not a hazard. And the rocks I'd be very, very careful about because I could see getting stuck behind one and then, oh, that would not be any good. very slopey fairway, which I can handle on a short par 4 like this. Stay there. Okay. Nice putt, you so-and-so, so-and-so. I like the thinking of that hole. And then, yeah, we're way in the bush. Okay. So we're uphill. Even with wind, I don't think I'm getting over that. So I'm kind of going here. It's maybe a hair tight. Especially with that camber. I mean, maybe it's a partial driver. I don't know. No, the 3-wood's about the right shot. We're over here, so I mean, it just, maybe it just looks tighter than it plays. And then we've cut the green into the side of this hill here. Yeah, I like the idea you're going for. It's gonna bounce pretty severely off that hill if you hit it over there. Tree shouldn't be next to the bunker. Didn't notice it. Okay. Sorry, I didn't even see it. That's okay though. You've seen it. Nice swing plane there, numpty. Okay. Little tight back where that hole is, but manageable. This looks interesting. Oh, that's kind of weird. So, and not bad weird. Just we're in the trees here, and then when we get down to the green, we're not anymore. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it did feel a bit. I mean, I was saying it felt a bit tight, and then it didn't really seem to play that tight. So, I like where you've positioned this bunker on the left, because it's just sitting there waiting to grab my drive if I yank it. About like this. Oh no, but it bounced straight. Okay. Just 370, that's all. So if I don't hit the fairway, I guess I'm just running it down the hill. Yeah. Yeah, you got a bit of this where it's just hit it in the fairway and then hit it down there as far as you can. Next go at it, maybe look at making the second shot a little bit more interesting so it's not as obvious a play. This was downwind, but it's playing short. It's downhill too, so it's gonna happen. I imagine there's times where it plays into the wind and it plays quite a bit longer, and then there's those other tee sets too. There we go. Look at them pearly whites. Okay, we don't need to watch it. Okay, now we're back into the trees again. Yeah, it's got a vibe of being really tight, but I don't know if it actually is. Not really. So now we're going back up the hill, so that makes sense. We came down, now, you know, what goes down must go up. The bunker on the left. The fairway bunker on the left. I wonder if it's maybe the wind, because I couldn't reach it. So it's there, which might have just been the plan. Oh, this is uphill and into the wind. Okay. Just send it up there and at the mercy of it. Nice read. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Yeah, I like your back nine a lot better than the front nine. The first, actually, I shouldn't say front nine. I like it from about the 7th hole on. I've really enjoyed this. The first 6, maybe they need a little bit of help. But after that, it's gotten a lot better. Okay. So we've got a little par 3 with wind. The green's small, which makes sense. Huh. This is cool. It looks really neat from the tee. What is that? I mean, it's gonna end up okay, but yeah, and then it's just gonna go because it's downhill. Makes sense. Makes sense. Evil pin right up front there. Okay. Alright, we'll get to the green in a minute. So we got a decent length par 4. Bunkers. It should feed back to the right. Now the green. Because of the way the shadow is, it looks like I'm hitting it into the dark, which is unfortunate. And I'm a little concerned about how close these trees are to the green. It doesn't look like it's going to take too much to end up getting stymied or something, which would be really crappy, obviously. What are we going to get here? Okay. Yeah, it would just... And then what? Okay, there's a little shelf over there. I don't know that you needed that coming back. I'd rather see it just go from the left to the right and go off, because that's the way the land's moving, right? So just follow the land with it would be my suggestion. Oh, okay, I gotta really freaking figure out this swing plane. That's better. Okay. I like the look here. And I could say that about most of the holes on the back. I like the look, the way that it's the tree lines frames it nicely. It gets, see, here's back here, it's pretty wide, and then it gets gradually narrower closer you go up here. That's cool. It's way uphill, so the ball barely gets off the ground. And so now the green, what's it doing over on the left here? It's coming down and to the right. But that okay, so that does follow the land up there. Okay. I see it. been a lot of elevation change to deal with on this course. I'm not saying that in a bad thing. It's saying that's a fact. Wow, that didn't even get close. That was off an uphill lie, uphill against the wind. So we'll just chip it in. Curious with this par 5. My guess is it goes downhill because you've been liking to do that so far, it seems like. And we've been going uphill for a little bit. No, we don't need to see it. Go away. Good for you, you chipped in. Grab yourself a hero biscuit on the way out. Yeah, so we're downhill with the par 5. This is going to play really short. I like the look from here. I don't love the tree in the middle. I think I know what you're trying to do there, but I'm not a fan of trees being in the middle. That's just me. Now I'm gonna sneak past it, am I? Yeah. That was awful though. Okay. So had I hit the fairway, this would have played super short. As it is, it's still going to be pretty short. This is all I could hit. Hybrid was going to go nowhere. Careful with that sculpting where I just ran through that little gully. How do I look from behind? So it all slopes to the left. Is it possible to keep it on that fairway, I wonder? And should it be, is the other question. I mean, it should. You should at least be able to hit the fairway. But can you? I don't know. Flop out of the spinach. Went farther than I thought it would. The green is sloping with the contour of the land. It makes sense. You've given yourself a couple of ridges there. That middle one, okay, yeah. And let's see if I can get over here. This middle one over here, you've got this, I don't know. I'd rather just kind of have a consistent slope to it, but the rest of it follows the land. Like I'm coming back up the hill, which makes sense because I just came down. So, yeah, there's a lot of good ideas here. Just a little bit of practice, and I think you'll be in business. And then a really down. So, the one thing I've noticed is it seems like your par 3s and par 5s have been how you've gotten down the hill, and your par 4s have been how you've been getting up it. I'd look at maybe trying to mix that up a little bit. Now I like a good downhill par 3, and everybody loves downhill par 5s because you can hit it a lot farther, but it does get a bit predictable at times, so I would look at that. And then okay, we've got the bunker over there. This one I just need to run it down the hill, I think. Oh my god, that's going forever. I guess it was 20 yards down, but holy smokes. I just hit my 7-iron 208. Alright. Alright, that works. Okay. I enjoyed it. It's you know what, first course, it's pretty wild what people are putting out as first courses. There's definitely some areas. Yeah, it was pretty quick. I'm gonna take I'm gonna add a marker to this. I'm gonna make a highlight out of it, and then if you have a course thread of it in TGCTours, then I'll stick it in there. If not, it'll be on here as a highlight, so you'll be able to see it. Overall, though, it's a really good first effort. I think I liked some of the ideas. I was just saying, on the back nine, your par fours go up the hill and your threes and fives come down. So maybe look at trying to mix that up a little bit. But overall, I mean, there's a lot to like about it, and a little bit of sculpting and a little bit of more planting, just a little bit more creating an environment. It's going to be really good. So I've seen way worse first efforts by people who are really good designers now. So you're absolutely on the right track, I think. So I would absolutely keep at it and let the imagination run. It's really cool. Yeah, no problem. I'll stick it in there. Probably won't be today. Might be tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'll do that for you and get you back on the first page at the very least. But yeah, good job. Really good job. There's nothing on it that was egregious. Let's just put it that way. I don't know if you've submitted it for the approval thing. I don't know if it would be approved or not. I'm not a reviewer, so. But there wasn't anything that I saw that made me go like, what in the heck is going on here? The only thing I would suggest is maybe instead of having that dry creek bed, maybe have it be water. I'm just a little concerned that somebody could hit it in there and get stuck on a rock and then mayhem could ensue. But I don't know, it would have to be played a bunch before somebody would find that. And there's only really a couple that came into play. Anyways.